Welcome to Wildcat Weekly. This is the show where we sit down with Superintendent Shelley Arrott and we talk about what's happening now in the world of Ponca City Public Schools. And what's coming up is something very exciting, the Pohai Hall of Fame Banquet. It's coming up Thursday, the 22nd of September. Yeah, that's right away. Shelley Arrott, this is exciting, and these inductees are over the top. It's just amazing.
Always. It's amazing the number of extraordinary graduates we have had at Ponca City High School. And as you mentioned, the Hall of Fame induction banquet is next Thursday, September 22nd at 7 o'clock. It's at the Carolyn Renfro Event Center. And it is a wonderful evening of entertainment and mesmerizing stories, and tickets can be purchased right here at the Board of Education, 613 East Grand for $50 a ticket, or a table for 8 for $500 if you want everyone to sit together. And as I mentioned, we've had some amazing inductees in the past, and the inception of the Ponca City High School Hall of Fame was in 2017, and we've had a banquet every year with the exception of the year of 2020 due to the pandemic. Prior to this year, we have 31 inductees, and just to name a few, don't want to discount any of our inductees: Mike Betcher,
Right.
Jane Morris, Don Nichols, Jim Barnes, Doug Blubaugh, Don Putty, Shelby Wilson, Clayton Johnson, Dawn and Forrest Mertz. So as you can see, we have had some notable graduates. Now, not only do these ticket sales pay for a wonderful dinner and a wonderful night of entertainment and stories, but they go to fund scholarships for current graduates. And so far, $24,000 has been raised for Ponca City High School graduates. And so the sale of this year's banquet will go toward scholarships for 2023 graduates who are currently walking our halls at Ponca City High School.
Yeah, and when they walk that hall outside the Howell Auditorium, they see the Hall of Fame, all of the inductees from over the years. There's information there about them, pictures, their story.
And it just is a great motivation for our students to aspire to greatness. And this year we have 6 more wonderful inductees.
Okay.
We have Roger Askew. He's from the class of 1980, and Roger enjoyed a 40-year career with NASA.
Wow.
And he wasn't really academically inclined. He was more technically inclined in high school, and he attended Votech. He liked to tinker, repair, do troubleshooting. He attended OSU first and transferred to OU, and has a Bachelor of Science of Electrical Engineering, and he has a Master of Science of Electrical Engineering from Virginia Tech. And he was a NASA fellow. At NASA, Roger worked with some of the best engineers in the world, and they designed innovative projects. And probably the most notoriable is the Robonaut series Humanoid robots. These were the first robots built from the ground up by NASA to assist astronauts during space missions. So he's had quite a prosperous career. And a good little story, Don Putty, who was a former inductee, also worked for NASA, and Don Putty inspired Roger to go that direction. So see, you never know what kind of influence you have on people. Walt Harris was the class of 1942. He distinguished himself in Pohai with his artistic talent, and he was an excellent athlete in both football and baseball. And upon graduation, he played in the minor leagues with the Yankees before he enlisted in the Army for World War II. And then after the war ended, he remained with his unit, toured in Europe, and played on their football team and threw the javelin and track. He returned to Ponca City and later took up his art hobby. He was an enrolled member of the Otoe-Missouri tribe, and he enjoyed great success as a Native American artist. His works hang in museums in the United States as well as in Europe, and he received the Outstanding Indian Artist Award twice. Walt passed away in 2016, so we look forward to honoring him posthumously at this induction banquet. Next honoree is Lynn Moore, and this is quite a story. Lynn stood out as an athlete at Pohai, where he played halfback for the Wildcats and helped the team play second in state, with Lynn earning all conference awards. And here's the wonderful story. Lynn attended West Point Academy, which is an Army school, but of course he had always planned on attending the Naval Academy because all of his relatives attended the Naval Academy. Well, the Naval Academy was recruiting him as a football player, and one of his cousins told the Army recruiter, hey, they're recruiting my cousin at Navy. So the Army recruiter jumped in a cab, came to Ponca City, and talked Lynn into going to West Point. So as a running back and captain for the 1969 football team as an Army cadet, he rushed for over 958 yards.
Wow.
And what's interesting, in one of those games, he rushed for over 208 yards with 40 carries in the victory over Navy 47-0. So
Wow.
there you have it. So I'm guessing Navy certainly would have liked to have recruited Lynn. And for that game, he was listed in Sports Illustrated as the back of the week. So as a cadet, he was much more than amazing athlete. He had a wonderful, rich, baritone voice, and he sang in the Protestant chapel choir all 4 years. So a singer and an athlete. So he was in the last class to serve in Vietnam, and upon his return, the New York Giants asked him to come to spring training.
Oh, nice.
Difficult decision. He decided to have a career in the Army, and his culminating retirement in 1999, he retired as a full colonel.
Wow.
And Lynn just passed away last year on October 12th.
Wow.
So we also have Dr. John Stanley, and he was a class of 1979 graduate. He excelled in academics. He attended Baylor University upon graduation and then returned to the University of Oklahoma to attend medical school, where he graduated in 1987. He became a fellow. He actually returned to Greenville, North Carolina, and he was going to become a fellow in family medicine. And he changed his mind, and he decided that he wanted to specialize in OBGYN. His specialty was in the maternal fetal medicine at the University of Oklahoma. He returned there. He was an instructor there. And then in 2004, he began his private practice, founding the Perinatal Center, which has grown to serve offices all over Oklahoma and in Arkansas, in Rogers, Arkansas. He served on lots of boards, and most recently he helped to raise $40 million to help fund the New Love Family Women's Center at Mercy Hospital. We have two more. So we have also another doctor, Dr. Elizabeth Poynter, and she was the class of 1980. She was very active in debate. She was on the high school swim team, but she also excelled in academics. So upon graduation, she graduated magna cum laude from Princeton University.
Wow.
She then attended the Columbia College of Physicians and Surgeons, graduating in 1992, and then she completed her fellowship in gynecological oncology in 1995 at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City. She maintained a busy surgical practice and was an assistant professor of OBGYN at Cornell Weill Graduate School of Medical Sciences in New York. And all the time while she was there, she earned her PhD in cell biology at Cornell Weill too. She is currently a clinical professor of OBGYN at New York University, Langone Health. She has authored many books and received many awards for her work.
Wow.
So 2 physicians, both in the field of neonatal or OBGYN. And then finally, our last inductee is Don Shiber. He's a class of 1964. He made notable contributions to the world of farming. And Don graduated from Ponca City High School in 94, but he attended elementary school at
64.
Oh, sorry. Yes, you're right. 64. Thank you for correcting me.
Right.
But he attended elementary school at Kildare
Oh,
Public Schools.
Okay.
And he decided he loved farming because as he was at elementary school, he watched a farmer planting seeds outside the window. So he decided he wanted to be a farmer. That was his dream. And now he owns that land that he used to watch that farmer plant his crops. So he received a BS in agriculture from OSU and then served our country in the Army Reserves, where he was a sergeant and then a second lieutenant. He then went on to receive a Master's of Science in Agronomy. So while running his own farming business, he served as the first superintendent of the OSU North Central Agronomy Research Station. He designed, built, and marketed portable seed cleaner to farmers, and he traveled extensively with this business. Wow. He traveled to over 16 countries representing the U.S. wheat farmers and their interest to open, develop, and expand U.S. wheat exports. He's been recognized by the state of Oklahoma with induction into the Oklahoma Agriculture Hall of Fame. Wow. So you can see we have quite a group that's being inducted. And as you mentioned, once we have these inductees, their pictures and their stories will be in the Hall of Fame hallway in the original Howe building of Ponca City High School. And these inductees serve as role models for our current students. Hey, you never know. Someone wants to follow in one of our inductees' footsteps.
Right.
So,
well, this night is a very, very special night. And it is coming up Thursday, the 22nd, 7 p.m., the Carolyn Renfro Event Center. And that is over there on Fairview. You can get your tickets right here at the Central Administration Building. Just come in the front door and the reception desk will have those tickets for you. Just $50 for a single ticket or a table for 8 for $500. And remember, comes with a meal, the banquet. It's going to be an amazing meal, of course. And all of the net proceeds go to scholarships. And that's one of the best things about this, helping not only inspire these students, but help them out with some scholarships.
Helps their dreams of a post-secondary education become a reality. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah. That is the Pohai Hall of Fame banquet. Just absolutely incredible. If you'd like to read more about any of those inductees, you can find that information on the Ponca City Public Schools Facebook page. And there's also a Facebook page that's not affiliated with Ponca City Public Schools. That is the Pohai Hall of Fame Facebook page. So there's ways for you to get that information. And Shelley, it's going to be an amazing night. We certainly don't want to miss it.
It is an amazing night. We look forward to seeing all Ponca Cityans at the Carolyn Renfro Event Center on September 22nd, 7 p.m.
We will see you there, of course. Thank you for watching this edition of Wildcat Weekly. We'll do it again very soon. Until next time, thanks for watching. And Wildcats, remember, hold that line.